Prasa is putting itself to the test to try and revive more long-distance train services. The organization plans to use the Comrades Marathon to try and achieve this, but how challenging or how easy is this going to be given what we've been seeing in terms of, acts of vandalism and safety concerns that we've also seen on the ground? Let's speak to Prasa spokesperson Andiswa Makanda, who joins us live now. Andiswa, thank you so much for your time this evening. Before we even get to the challenges, let's start with these ambitious plans. You're looking at taking advantage of the Comrades weekend. Tell us more.
Good evening, Bongi, and good evening to your viewers. We are recovering the long-distance train services. There's been a huge demand for Prasa to resume the services, the interprovincial services. And so what we thought was that the Comrades Marathon is the perfect opportunity to demonstrate our commitment and determination to recover the services on the interprovincial services. And so the Comrades Marathon was the perfect opportunity for us to roll out our trains to show that actually we are doing work to recover the services, especially for long distance travelers.
And let's talk about then how it's all going to work. Consumers are cash strapped, and I'm sure you would agree the rising cost of living is a reality. So let's talk about the booking and in terms of how much it could cost for a person a round trip.
Our tickets are very competitive. You're looking at, for the economy class, you're looking at 870 Rand for a round trip that is from Johannesburg to KwaZulu-Natal, and this is not per day. It is essentially a round trip that also includes accommodation. We do have sleeper coaches on our trains. And then you're also looking at the premier class, which is the luxury class. That is going for 2,500 Rand. It is a dinner, bed, and breakfast that is included in that ticket price. It's also a round trip. You can call it as a hotel on the tracks. It's very comfortable. You can relax, read a book, and enjoy the KwaZulu-Natal scenery while we take you to Durban. We will be going to Moses Mabhida station so that anyone who wants to jump off and support the runners, we will be at the Moses Mabhida station on Sunday. So essentially, we were looking at the cost of traveling, including accommodation. Our prices are very competitive for anyone who wants to go and support the Comrades Marathon, because it is a huge ultra marathon human race, the ultimate human race, and we do want to get people who want to go there to support. Instead of watching it on the television, they can also go watch it live. And it's also for anyone who wants to travel to KwaZulu-Natal on that weekend. They can enjoy a restful trip. We also do have free massages on the trains. We have entertainment, we have a bar. So all these features, it's going to be a wonderful experience to travel to KwaZulu-Natal. We're encouraging South Africans to enjoy the landscapes of South Africa on the tracks.
It's one thing, for it to sound so enticing and exciting as we're talking about it, but sometimes the reality on the ground is different. And this is caused by, safety concerns, severe vandalism that we've also seen, which has led to some of the commuters being frustrated, saying that a journey that would have been 14 hours is taking longer because there's been lines that have been destroyed and all of that. So what measures have been put in place to ensure that this is not the lived experience of your customers?
Definitely, Mungu. I mean, we resumed the service to the Eastern Cape, where we've faced numerous challenges on that line. We are experiencing constant vandalism of the network, but because the Eastern Cape route, we're sharing it with Transnet, sometimes to recover the infrastructure takes a little bit more time. However, the KwaZulu-Natal route, we've got more control. Transnet is also assisting in ensuring that we protect that line from vandalism and theft, which is what causes our delays. Also, because we interface with Transnet, there are instances where we have to take a stop to allow for Transnet trains to also use that route. That also contributes to the delays. But however, we are improving the service. We are making sure that we run within the time period allocated to get to KwaZulu-Natal. So there's a lot that was happening. We are intensifying security to ensure that we don't get inconvenienced by the theft and vandalism of the rail infrastructure. We've had lessons learned from the Eastern Cape to Johannesburg service.
Very briefly then, we're almost out of time. Let's talk about, the daily commute, which has also been a challenge for Prasa. How far are you now with restoring some of the services in Gauteng where we've seen lines being closed?
Yes, Bongi, we did close 3 lines in Gauteng for the major rehabilitation work to take place. That work is getting in full steam. We are making great progress in recovering those lines. So the Pretoria to Pietermaritzburg will be recovering that service by September. We're recovering the Naledi line for people living in Soweto. That service is also coming online. And also for people living in the areas around Tembisa, Kempton Park, we're recovering the Lilara line. A lot of progress going ahead. We've had to repair the infrastructure, including the copper cables. We've had to fix vandalized substations. We've had to replace some of the tracks that were stolen or vandalized. A lot of work has gone into make sure that by end of October, we bring back the services. I must also include, Bongiwe, for the interprovincial services, we are bringing back the Johannesburg to Musina line. A lot of people who live around Limpopo have been waiting and asking, when are you returning those services? In the first week of September, we are resuming that service from Johannesburg to Polokwane.
All right. Thank you so much for your time this evening. That is Prasa spokesperson Andiswa Makanda.